What's up, guys? Anybody who's here live or afterwards? I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair. We'll see how that goes. Hope you guys are doing well. Anybody who's here now, live or afterwards. We'll give it a minute to get going. You know how it is. There's a bike in the way. I'm trying to get inspired. I want to stare at this bike until I figure out what to do with it. What's going on, Dustin? Yeah, I'm hurt. Hey, Paula. Hey, Ed and Judy. Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I do have a GT bike, Dustin, and it's right here. The first person who can tell me the year, make, and model and color name is going to get a fart named after him. It's a very special honor that only comes once in a while. Hey, Big Boys PEV. The hybrid tires, it's maybe not a bad idea, Dustin and Big Boys PEV. No, I don't know. I might keep this one. Yes, this is a 1993. I might have mentioned that before, but some of you might have spotted it as a 1993. Just a rib. I have one broken rib and it hurts like the dickens. And even like just clearing my throat just now hurts like hell. And I'm very disappointed in myself. And I know Big Boys PEV has recent broken rib experience, and I hope you're doing better, buddy. Big Boys PEV, I know you got a little banged up a while back and you weren't doing so well there for a little while, so I hope you're doing much better now. I'm gonna tell you the story. It's like one of those 1 in a million freak accidents. And now I have a broken rib and it's kind of throwing a wrench in the works, and it sucks. It just, there's never a good time for a broken rib. But, life goes on. So, I'll tell you about it here in a minute though. And Laney Grace and everybody. Yeah, I mean, the ribs just have to heal, and it sucks until they do. I mean, this isn't my first rodeo with the ribs, but it's just a stupid having to wait and be in pain and can't get comfortable in any position kind of deal until it gets better, and it sucks, but whatever. But hey, everybody that's here, thanks for coming and hanging out. There's a Schwinn rack on the back of this GT. It's mounted around the frame. Herein poses a huge problem, Dustin. This is why this bike isn't worth $500 right now. Is somebody wrapped a Schwinn frame around the seat tube of this bike, and now I'm trying to get it off without hurting the bike. And if I can, then this bike is worth a lot of money, but I don't really want to sell this one because it's my size and it's very cool. But yeah, I just like, I thought of you as soon as I broke the rib, Big Boys PV. I was like, oh man, I literally feel his pain right now. But whatever. It hurts like shit, man. Irving. And it's hard to sleep. It's very hard to sleep. I had a really hard time sleeping last night. It happened yesterday morning before I went to go and see my son, and I just popped a couple Advils. Like, it's not so bad. I can still move around, and it's, I feel it, but I can get through it. But by the time I got home and started to wind down and got into bed and stuff, it got real bad. And like every 5 or 10 minutes, like waking up in horrible pain, and it's like popping and cracking, and ugh, it sucks. It's stupid, and I hate it. But whatever, it happens. We get dinged up sometimes, but you're gonna laugh when you hear how this happened, or maybe you'd be like, "Man, that sucks. You better like, not go out in any thunderstorms or anything, or where you might get struck by lightning." It's just like stupid, random, dumb luck. But thank you, Peel. Appreciate it. But life goes on. I'm probably gonna recover from this. I think it's a broken rib. It's just gonna suck until it gets better. And Big Boy's PEV knows. And you never want it to be a rib because it's just like, oh man, this is gonna be terrible for a while. But whatever. What's really terrible is I can't go out and ride these things right now, which is driving me nuts. It was cold today, though. It got up to like 48, and it was windy. So that just made it feel way colder. And uh, definitely, like, I didn't feel like going and pedaling around. I'm going to have to pedal to get groceries tomorrow, which is going to suck a lot, I'm sure. I got like 3 or 4 Advil left. I guess I'm gonna, I guess I should probably try and save those for the morning. Because I have nothing else left. I've got enough to get a couple days worth of groceries, maybe. But I have to go and get them, and that's like a bike ride. And that could be interesting with the rib situation, because then I have to carry it home on my back in my food delivery backpack, the groceries. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting morning tomorrow, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. Appreciate it, Kev. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to tell you guys, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you in a minute about what happened. And it was just stupid and random, just like a one in a million thing, like getting attacked by a shark or getting struck by lightning or something like that. I almost don't believe it myself. And when I told my son the story, I don't know if he knew what to make of it, but yeah. Well, I know it's probably like what we're having here right now in Vegas is probably like a heat wave for some of you. But when it gets up to 48 degrees in the middle of the day and it's windy, that's cold for us. And it's going to be like here in downtown Las Vegas tonight, it's going to get like low to mid 20s, and then edges of the valley will be in the teens. Um, so it'd be chilly tonight. I'm glad I don't have to go anywhere tonight. But it's supposed to be pretty nice by Wednesday. It's supposed to warm up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a bike ride by Wednesday, but we'll see. The weather should be good enough. Um, if if the rib is doing okay by Wednesday, I suppose I could be in pain for a bike ride just as easily as I can be in pain at home. I was getting down there. River, relax. I'm falling behind on the comments. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you, but it happens. Uh, it's just like I can't get comfortable in any position though, and it really kind of bugs me. But what are you gonna do? Well, we are. If you're in Germany, it's like, and I don't mean 48 Celsius. I mean Fahrenheit. So, and we'll go below freezing tonight. But it does get very hot in the summer. Hey, Chet, what's going on, buddy? Ah, it's all right. Hang in there for a couple more minutes. I'll tell you what happened. Yeah, I wish I could just take it easy, Big Boys PV. I got too many things to do. Like in the morning, I'm gonna have to ride a bike to get groceries, and that's just the way it is. Um, and I gotta do laundry too. It's just the way it's measured, the temperatures. So, yeah, we'll be pretty cold tonight. And hey, Robert, good to see you, my brother. Ow! Oh God! It just popped again, and it sends like a shockwave through my whole body. Ow! God! Hold on. I gotta position a little bit. Oh my God! Oh! Ow! Sorry. It's like I can't breathe the way I'm sitting right now. All right. Okay. As long as I don't move at all, I think it'll be all right at this point. All right, but anyway, thanks to everyone who's here. So anyway, I broke a rib yesterday. It's like a floating rib right now. And it didn't bother me too much until like it hurt like hell when it happened, but it didn't start bothering me too much until last night, like after I got back from hanging out with my son and started to wind down and get ready for bed and stuff is when it started just hurting like hell. But anyway, when I was getting ready to see my son yesterday morning, I was in a kind of a weird position, sitting on the edge of the bed, putting my shoes on, kind of reaching down at an awkward angle, kind of squishing my ribs a little bit on the left side, and then something flew up my nose. Ow! Oh God! I gotta not move at all. Hold on. I really need some leg medicine, and I don't have any. If anybody's in the neighborhood with leg medicine, do come see your boy, won't you? Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, hold on. I'm reaching down, putting my shoes on at a weird angle, sitting on the edge of the bed over there. And something flies up my nose and tickles my brain, and I sneeze violently. So violently that I broke a rib. I broke a rib from sneezing while tying my shoe. I swear to God. I think it's stupid too. But that's the way it went. And now I'm in an incredible amount of pain, and it's my own stupid fault, and I just need to be. I'm getting at an age where I just need to be more careful, I guess. So I'm in downtown Las Vegas at this very moment. Huh. Yeah, I just don't have the fundage for that. You got to order like for delivery, Mike, and good to see you, Mike, by the way. For delivery, I think you got to spend like $100. And I just can't do that right now. Oh, halibut. What's going on, buddy? It hurts like hell. It hurts like absolute hell, and it's the stupidest thing. too. Oh, my son just sent me a text saying he made it home, which makes me sad. Uh, I hope he got the notification and sees that I'm live. He's home now, and that's terrible. I think he misses it already, but I hope he comes back sooner than later, and I need to go visit him too. I had a wonderful time with that kid. Well, I don't know what arm medicine does for ribs, Tyler, but if you make it over this way, I suppose we give it a try. Hey, Carrie, what's going on, buddy? And baby love, hello, hello. Ugh. Yeah, ribs are the worst. It's just I hate. Oh, I hate just like waiting to not feel terrible from it, and it just takes a while. Ah, thank you, baby love. It was awesome. We had a really cool time yesterday. He took me to the buffet at the Cosmo, and it's like, really, we shouldn't do that. It's kind of that's too extravagant. It's like I know you're doing okay and you brought money and stuff, but let's go somewhere that costs a lot less. He's like, no, we're here and I'm buying whatever. All right, you're a good son. I have spent a lot of money on him throughout his life, but it's weird that he's old enough now and has the means to just like, oh, screw it. Well, let's go to the Wicked Spoon at the Cosmo and I'll just put it on my Discover card or whatever. It's like, okay. So it's odd to have a son that age, but it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful to spend time with him. Yeah, it was a stupid way to do it, Dustin. And thank you, Halibut. He's a good kid, and he's got a lot of good plans. Yeah, well, I mean, where were you earlier when I was doing wheelies on the bike? You know, I can't just I can't just keep busting wheelies in a tiny studio apartment with a broken rib all the time. Makes sense, baby low. I suppose if they admit to it. Um, this is more or less a family show, but you guys have wrenches. Use your own discretion. I am like 48, actually. Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. Good call, baby love. Well, like I said, that's why you're a moderator. If you've got a wrench, you guys have all earned your wrenches, and of course, baby love. I know you personally, but yeah, it's just do what you got to do. Fro, what's up? Good to see you guys. Thanks for chilling with me while I sit in my camping chair uncomfortably with a broken rib, staring at my 1993 GT Karakoram, wondering what's to become of it at this point, if I ever heal up and get to ride bikes again. But yeah, Fro, good to see you and everybody that's here. I got a really fantastic deal. If you missed it earlier, guys, that's a possibility, putting an engine on it. People have done that. It's not what I would do necessarily, my first choice of what I would do to this bike. Hey, Slow 49. Slow 49, we're talking bikes a little bit here, among other things. You probably recognize this brand right here. But this bike's kind of goofy right now. Some jabroni went and put a Schwinn rack on the back, but they wrapped the housing around the seat tube, and now I'm having a hell of a time removing it without damaging the bike. So I can't ride the bike right now. Yeah, Dustin, I'm trying to keep it mostly stock. It has the stock original array of rims on it. The hubs are a little loose, the axles are a little bit loose. It has the original brakes, like mostly original group set. I guess the seat and seat posts are not original. It's got this stupid rack on the back that I need to remove, hopefully safely. And it has a Jones H bar on it, which is an odd bar, I think. Well, I mean, people put them on mountain bikes, Jones H bars. If you're familiar with it, it's a really weird looking handlebar. They're worth a lot of money. That bar, I'm going to sell this handlebar used for as much as I paid for the entire bike, which is insane. But the only reason I got the deal on this bike is because it has this rack basically permanently attached to it, and it's going to take some doing to remove it safely. But then all of a sudden, this thing would be worth a lot of money if I can do that. So, what's a good starter bike? Like road bike, bicycle, um, for around $200, you could, I'd say, check pawn shops. I've pulled some gems out of pawn shops. If you're in the Vegas area, I got a road bike I can sell you for $200. Um, I would say find a used, like decent brand name bike, and you can find them for $200. Yeah, I would have to modify I'd have to modify the front fork. Like I'd have to weld the housing on to the front fork to do hydraulic disc brakes on this bike, and I want to keep it original. It's got cantilever brakes on it, the original cantilever brakes on it. It's got the original gears. It's a 21 speed, I think, or a 24 speed. Um, the rims are straight, 32-year-old array of rims. They're built like BMX rims, basically, is what they did. So they're pretty sturdy, but the hubs, the axles are loose. But I can fix those if I have the right tools. You need a special tool for these to hold on to one thing while you twist a wrench uh, the other way. And so take it easy, Halibut. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And I hope you have a great evening as well. Yeah, I think it might be. I think you're right, Dustin. I haven't even ridden this bike because it has this rack on it and it's kind of in the way, like the wheel won't spin freely. And the axles are loose. Yeah, no, you're probably right, Dustin. So you guys can't see it in the light right now? Or like in this lighting? Maybe you can. The color, this is a 1993 only color, which makes this bike easily identifiable. The color is called Blacklight. And GT had all these crazy colors and they had cool names for them too, but this one was Blacklight. And as I understand it, a GT mountain bike expert was telling me that this is the second most desirable 90s era GT mountain bike color. And what it is, it's a black base and it has like iridescent purple splatter on it. And it's a really cool looking bike. And they call it Blacklight. And I guess this is the second most desirable 90s color for a GT mountain bike. The only one that's more popular, as I understand it, is the year before this, the 1992. And Dustin probably knows what that is. Same bike, actually, but 1992. And anyone who guesses what that color is called gets a fart named after him. Well, thanks for subbing if you do, John. And John Beckman, Jay Beckman, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I have a broken rib. And I was saying it earlier, but I'll say it again. It was a random one in a million struck by lightning kind of thing. I was getting ready to go see my son yesterday, and I was sitting on the edge of the bed at a weird angle putting my shoes on, and something flew up my nose and made me sneeze violently, like super hard, and a rib broke. I was just in a weird position, kind of leaning down wrong, and I sneezed really hard, and just a rib it just broke right there. And that's the weirdest way that that's ever happened, but it's the way that it happened, and it kind of screwed everything up. I had a lot of things to do, and I'm in a lot of pain, and I haven't been sleeping well, and it's just, you know, I suppose it'll nothing like that'll probably ever happen again, and it's kind of incredible that it happened in the first place, but it's really terribly unpleasant. Oh, sorry to hear that, John. Um, and Shane, what's going on, buddy? No, as I understand it, the most popular, we're going back to the subject of the most popular GT mountain bike color of the 90s was the previous model year, 1992 GT Karakoram. It was yellow, orange, and red with like black lines, kind of like broken lines in it, and the color was called Tequila Sunrise. And evidently, that's the most desired 90s GT mountain bike color, followed up by this one, the 1993 in Blacklight. So, well, I'm glad you're here, Shane. And sorry you were in a bad car accident, John. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I do definitely need some leg medicine. And Brawler, hello. Anyone who's here, thanks for tuning in, coming and hanging out. The way you do looks like, well, I don't know. Ow! I just can't move at all, or it pops and it hurts like absolute shit. It's gonna be an interesting evening. I'm probably gonna have to sleep sitting up, or in the bathtub, or something. I don't know. I really do need some leg medicine. I'm sorry to hear that, John. Oh, Dustin, what? The tires on this bike need to be replaced. I wish I could afford to have some delivered, Shane. I would definitely do that. Mike mentioned something about that earlier, but you really got to order like $100 worth to get somebody to bring it to you. And that's definitely not an option right now. Oh, well, John, that sounds awesome, Jay Beckman. Anytime, anytime that I'm not in horrible pain, I expect, within 3 or 4 days, I think this probably won't feel as bad as it does right now, and life should start to return to normal somewhat for me. But it's very kind of you to even offer such a thing. But I would love to go to a Knights game with you anytime. Or anything else you want to do for that matter. I always just enjoy hanging out with you. Yeah, I'd say they're like 2.5, 2.75. Probably. I want to put maybe like 1.75 or 1.95s on them, Dustin. What do you think? Oh, the light, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it's called. The light, it's just a little multi light that it's on Amazon and it's like 28 bucks. And it's got a remote and stuff, and we enjoy it a lot. And Baby Love, hold on, need to get back to your comment here. Oh yeah, it's horrible, and I'm sorry I didn't know. I didn't know you were dealing with rib issues too. It's very uncomfortable. I mean, a rib is a terrible thing to break because it just winds up being very unpleasant until it gets better, and that could be days, weeks, months, or who knows. So I feel for you, baby love, and I hope you're okay. That'd be super kind of you, Shane. I'm just basically immobile. Like today, there was no way I was going anywhere because it was cold and windy. Like it was Vegas cold today, and windy. So yeah, no, I know there were some thinner wheels on or thinner tires on some of the GTs. Oh no. That's a bad combination, Dustin. I'm like, are you properly hydrated? Please be staying hydrated. I'm sorry you broke your ribs, John. It's terrible. Like, ribs are very uncomfortable. I've broken arms, legs, parts of my hands, um, fingers and toes. I've had a whole lot of injuries that resulted in, breaks or sprains, both collarbones. Um, but ribs are just downright unpleasant. Oh yeah, hell yeah, Mike. Um, I went to the only Aviators game that I've been to was with John Jay Beckman, and that was awesome. But I'm down for that, of course. I'd love to go. I'm checking notifications. I need to get back to my son here in a little bit. My son says he already misses the view. They were on the 55th floor of the Cosmopolitan, looking at the Bellagio fountains. Like they had a fountain view from the 55th floor. And I went up to his room yesterday and checked it out, and it was pretty freaking amazing. I filmed a short video. I'll ask him if it's okay to post it. Hey, Rick. Thank you. And it's okay. It's just gonna suck for a few days. But thank you guys. I'm not trying to be a baby about this. I'm. It's gonna take some doing to get out of this chair after this live stream. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but life goes on. Ribs do heal eventually. But yeah, like any of the Fountain View rooms, I saw one. Shane and everyone from like the 20 something floor or something from the front tower, but they were in the back tower, the Chelsea Tower, which I think is a better view anyway. And from the 55th floor, it's like it was like I guess my son got used to it. Neither one of us are very good with heights, and I didn't even want to go out on the terrace because I was just feeling squishy looking out the window. But he was doing better. Oh, me too, John. I could go for some ribs for sure. That's an interesting question, Willow. I've often wondered that. There are lots of them. You can find lots of rich people cookies of various types just about everywhere in Las Vegas, and I've thought that to myself. That really kind of just looks like a fancy Oreo, doesn't it? Ow. So, I need to, like, don't ever sneeze when you're tying your shoes at a weird angle. I'd have never seen this coming, breaking a rib that way. That's about the silliest way I think I've ever hurt myself, except for we talked about this in a recent live stream. I did in previous months. I did actually get a stiff neck from lighting farts, and I wouldn't have seen that coming either. But they do say that that can be very dangerous. You shouldn't light farts because it's dangerous and you can hurt yourself. They were right. Yeah, Irving was there. Didn't you? Wasn't it Irving that guessed it, or was it Shane? Like I know, like everybody was very. Who wound up guessing that? Everybody was pretty close. Yeah, no, I was. I was thinking about that this morning when it was very painful to do just that, John. It's like, wow, this could be a problem. uh, yeah, I thought it was you, Irving. Yeah, I know Shane was like, you guys were both like getting very close. I couldn't remember who came through first with the answer. So I guess the moral of this story is, as you start to get older, just be careful. Because in recent months, I've hurt myself in really stupid ways that I would have never thought possible. It was a team effort. Y'all worked on it hard together. Oh, Rick, thank you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. So that goes a long way. You guys never feel it necessary to donate to the channel. But if you do, if you got a few extra bucks and you want to throw it this way, I'm not going to be mad at you for it. I sure do appreciate it. Actually, thank you again, Rick. And for being a member, and to anybody who's still a member. I have a new action camera. We're going to be talking about that. It's from the same company. I haven't used the new one yet, but I'm going to be producing more like posted content in addition to live streams, and will be providing some value at some point to those of you that are still members, and I appreciate you very much. But thank you again, Rick. It really does help a lot. So tomorrow, like I really can't afford to have groceries delivered. I've thought about it, but I just really can't. So I'm gonna have to man up and ride a bike to the store, and then carry groceries home on my back, which could be interesting under the circumstances. But we're gonna have to give it a whirl. It is what it is, and that's what I got to do. So we're gonna see how that goes. Um, ow. If I cough or clear my throat, it hurts like hell. Uh, and I sneezed again. I sneezed again a little while ago, and it's just like this, like somebody twisted a knife around in there. I might, I might need it, John. I've been kind of shuffling around like an old woman using a walker. Uh, yeah, it's just, it's just gonna suck for a little while, and that's all there is to it. But life has to continue on, I suppose. I have things to do. I have to go to the store, and just get as much as I can for what I've got and what I feel like I can carry, and then that'll keep me going for a couple of days. I have to do some laundry too. I think they were working on the laundry room here today. It's been out of commission for a couple of weeks, and I had to carry on my back some dirty clothes last time down the street to someone else's laundry room uh, to do laundry. And it looks like I might have to do that again because the laundry room, after the guy came and worked on it, was still out of commission. Today there's a leak in there, and it's like, it's not a good time for all of this. It's like, I would really prefer if things would be a little easier at this point. I'm not trying to complain about it too much, and I'm going to have to try and go get groceries anyway tomorrow and do the things that I have to do anyway. I have to wash clothes again. I have to list some more things for sale. Today I was basically useless. I'm just like, it just doesn't feel good at all. But, well, if it's fresh enough, you know, um, it's like those of you, roadkill enthusiasts. If you find some good ones to eat, you got to make sure that it's within a certain window. They haven't been there for too long. It's not too sunny or hot or anything like that. So, it depends. It comes down to individual circumstances. Yeah, no, I suppose. I mean, if they're too far gone, there's really nothing you can do, right? So, it's a shame, but yeah, pretty much, Rick. But I sure do appreciate you, though. I was thinking about walking to the store tomorrow, but then it's a long walk back with groceries on my back. It's like, if I do a straight shot there, it's like 1.7 miles, I think. Um, So it's probably more walking than I feel like doing. I'm gonna have to see. I think I can do it on the bike. I can't pitch forward too much. I'm gonna have to ride the single speed, I guess. Oh, coyotes again. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that, but I'd hate. Ow! I gotta clear my throat, but it hurts like hell. Ow! Uh, I appreciate that, John, but I'd hate to have you come all the way out here just to take me like 1.7 miles and back. But it'd be great to get a ride to the store, but that might not always be an option, you know. So right now I got a broken rib I have to adapt and overcome. So I might just have to hop on a bicycle tomorrow and ride my broken ass to the grocery store and back, and we'll see how that goes. But I do appreciate the offer, though, John. And I would love to go to a game or anything with you whenever you feel like doing something. Just probably not for the next couple of days. I hope I don't have to miss the Wednesday ride because it's supposed to be beautiful on Wednesday. Ow, ow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. How I do. I'll take the single speed. It's more upright. I don't have to be pitched forward so much. I can ride it with one hand, like the good side. I didn't go this time, but the last one was like $1,800. Okay, John. Like after, ow, I got like my lungs are full of gunk, but I can't. Oh man. All right. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the lights. But yeah, I'll text you again after this stream, John. I gotta get back to my son too. I don't know if he's watching the stream, but he let me know that he was home, which makes me sad. But he'll be back, and I'll visit him soon. I hope. I'm still trying. By summertime, I really want to buy a minivan or an SUV or something that I can travel in with a bike. I'm going to take a bicycle with me and go interesting places, but I got to go to Florida and see my son and my dad. I got to help my dad with some stuff and spend some time with my son and not be here when it's going to be 120 degrees because I still want to keep riding bikes. So, um, yeah, hold on a minute. Keep getting notified. It's 43 degrees in Las Vegas right now. So it's kind of chilly outside because it's still windy. So that's definitely having an effect. It was still windy the last time I popped out, which was, I don't know, a couple hours ago, I guess. So, but it's been great hanging out with you guys. And we'll keep it going a little while longer. And John, I will. Give me a while, John. Um, if you don't get a text from me for a while, if you don't hang out for the whole chat or whatever. Like after the chat, I gotta do a couple of things, and I'll be responding to everybody, and I'll send you a text. Um, but yeah, still looking at this bike, trying to figure out what to do with it. It is mostly stock, except for the seat and seat post, and the weird Jones loop handlebar, which I'm gonna sell. Anybody wants a Jones loop handlebar, let me know. $60. But I gotta get this crazy rack off of the frame without damaging the frame. Somebody really wasn't thinking when they did this, or maybe they were thinking and they were like, I'm going to put this on there and nobody's going to ever be able to get rid of it. And it's going to be on there forever. And, nobody's going to steal the bike or whatever. But now, like, it makes the frame essentially worthless if I can't get rid of this stupid junk. But I've done as much as I can with what I've got without hurting the bike. So I'm gonna have to probably take it somewhere and see if they can remove this rear rack without damaging the seat tube. And if they do, then we can turn this into something awesome. A 1993 GT Karakorum triple triangle frame, Tangy steel chromoly. It's a sign of the times. It's like very, very much a 1993 artifact. So I have high hopes for this. The only reason I got it as cheaply as I did is because of this rack thing on the back, which is just annoying. So it's 37 in Summerlin already. I'm not surprised. It could get down into the teens, right, in Summerlin tonight, because it could be. I think they're saying 24, John, in downtown. So over where you are, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if it made it down into the teens tonight. So, but yeah, anybody who's here, shout out. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for being here. Thanks again, Rick, for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. It goes a long way. It really helps a lot. And thanks for being a member as well, Rick, and anybody who's still a member. Paula, Amy, Vic, Rick, of course. Who else? Who am I forgetting? I'm sorry. I'm just like, I didn't sleep well last night with the broken rib and all. It was very difficult to get comfortable for any length of time, more than 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I haven't noticed the snow. Yeah, Amy. Sorry and thank you. But yeah, when I used to live over in Anthem, it was the same thing as Summerlin. Like when we got snow, it would stay for a while. It would accumulate, and that was cool. I remember it must have been maybe 7 or 8 years ago when it really snowed and it like piled up in Anthem. I've got some pictures and video of that somewhere, and that was really awesome. And Amy, yeah, the broken bones are awful. I don't have any. Actually, I got like 3 or 4 Advil left, John, and I gotta save them for in the morning when I ride a bike to get groceries, which is going to be excruciatingly painful, I reckon. But, it is what it is, and I gotta play through the pain. I don't really have a choice right now. So yeah, I have like one granola bar and some salted peanuts and about this much milk in the bottom of the jug, and that's got to last me until the morning, and a couple Advil, like 3 or 4 of them, I think, in the thing. So tomorrow I can go to the store if I can make it there. I can get the few things that I need, get some more Advil at least. But I don't have anything prescription. or anything. I don't suppose that would really like make that much of a difference at this point anyway. Another couple of days I should be able to deal with this, but just right now it kind of sucks. I can't get comfortable. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I didn't sleep well at all last night. I'm probably not going to do much better tonight. So, but ribs eventually heal and life goes on. It was just completely random as to how it occurred. But anyway, I was talking about food. It's making me hungry, but I need to save it until like the very end. Like it's all seriously all the food I have left. I wanted to go and get food today, but I was in too much pain and it was too windy and cold to ride a bike in this much pain. Yeah. No, I know, and I know Shane, from recent experiences and others, how much it sucks to break a rib. It's just a stupid, annoying pain that lasts for a while, but eventually, it heals and gets better. The rib will heal. It's its nature. It could take days, weeks, months, hopefully not years. But some, I guess, rib injuries I've heard of, people having floating ribs for years before finally having to, go get it reattached or something. And, maybe wearing a body cast. But I was on a roll. I shouldn't, like, maybe I was smiling a little too much or something. But things were, like, every day is still a struggle, but things are starting to go in the right direction slowly but surely if I can hang on. And if I don't get injured, everything would go very smoothly. But it's just, like any setback is a problem at this point. But I'm going to try to push through. I'll see how I do. I have to do laundry tomorrow. And I hope I go down tomorrow and the laundry room in my building is open and available because I don't want to have to walk down the street to someone else's laundry room again with all that crap on my back when I got a broken rib. But I got to try to do it anyway. I got to do laundry tomorrow and I have to go and get groceries. And the thought of doing either of those things, it's just horrible. But I gotta do it anyway. We're gonna see how it goes. Um, it is what it is, as the saying goes. And sometimes you gotta play the hand that you're dealt. And that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I would just recommend not getting old, though, and I told my son that when I was telling him how I injured myself. And I said, yeah, better to just not get old, I guess. But you probably should anyway, but it's not really any fun at all. But ultimately things were getting better. I mean, I do feel better overall. I haven't had as much problem with ulcers lately, knock on wood. It hasn't been as bad in the last month or so. There's only been a couple of times where I was really worried about it. So, like, my general health, considering having cancer and colitis and a broken rib, all in all, is seemingly better. Like, I feel a little better than I have been. But yeah, it's like when you get injured and you're getting older, it affects you more. I remember being a young man and having broken ribs and arms and legs and whatever else, and it's like, yeah, it sucks a little bit, but whatever. I'll be fine in a few days. But like the older you get, the longer it takes and kind of the worse it feels, I guess. Yeah, true, John. Yeah, no, I feel the getting out of bed pain some myself. I'm supposed to have back surgery and a hip replacement, but like there's too many other things wrong. I'll probably never get to that. But yeah, John J. Beckman, to any of you guys that doesn't know, certainly doesn't look his age. You'd never believe that he's actually that old. Um, but so I guess, John, you've got a bit more experience on me as far as that goes, the body aging. But I remember just being basically made out of rubber, and bones could break and they'd just go right back together, and everything was fine. But now, like as the clock ticks, as the time ticks away, it takes more time to recover, and it doesn't feel as good. Certainly. Hey, Rick and Bonnie. Yes, wounded and old. And I broke a rib from sneezing while tying my shoe. True story. And I'm going to be very careful from now on. I got slides on right now because I don't think I could reach down and tie a shoe at the moment, which poses another problem for tomorrow. It's like I might be the dude in sweatpants and slides, shuffling around the grocery store holding my chest. Yeah, but seriously, I was reaching down at a weird angle, tying my shoe, like kind of crunching my ribs a little bit, and then something flew up my nose and made me sneeze so violently that a rib broke. Ow! I gotta try and cross a leg. Okay, that's better. Ow! Ah, God, now I can't get comfortable. Hold on. Yeah, John, I remember. I remember being able to do that too in my younger DJing days, and like, out all night having fun doing whatever, and then still go to work and get through. And the thought of having to do something like that now makes me want to die, basically. Like, I couldn't possibly do that now at the age of 48. So, I'm 48, Rick and Bonnie. And, yeah, no, I know what you mean about the drinking too, John. I don't drink much anymore myself. But when I do, it has much, much more of an effect now than it did when I was young. When I was 20 something, I could drink gallons of liquor and still somehow survive and even be somewhat functional, hours later. But now, like like you were saying, if I have a couple of drinks worth of adult beverage, I feel it throughout my body the next morning. Yeah, oh, if my son lived here, uh, I'd be happy to move in with him. Yeah, that's not a bad idea though, Rick and Bonnie. Ow. But the bike and the thumbnail for this live stream, I'm gonna have to try and ride the single speed because it's upright enough. I'm gonna have to try and ride that to get groceries tomorrow with a broken rib, and that could be interesting. But I feel like I can do it. If I save the Advil that I've got, maybe take one before bed tonight and save the rest for in the morning, just kind of dumb it down as much as I can. I think it'll be all right. I'm just trying to get psyched up for it, you know? It's going to be like a fun personal challenge that's going to be terrible and miserable at the same time. I could do Uber, but that's an expense, you know? Like funded just kind of tight. Somebody opened a return on eBay and it kind of threw everything out of whack for me. And now I have two items to ship tomorrow, but like I don't have like it they pulled all the money when somebody opened a return for a more expensive item. It more than wiped out the pending money that was coming for the other two items that I'm selling on eBay. So now I have to go out of pocket just to cover a return for something that's fine and the customer's just an idiot. Um, so I had thought about it, but it's like, it's just too close right now. I just can't take an Uber. And I thought about having groceries delivered too, but then there's the extra expense for that and got a tip and everything, and I wouldn't be able to get all the things that I needed. And I don't know. I'm just going to have to suck it up and go. Seems to be some kind of issue outside. It is that kind of neighborhood. My son really was kind of blown away by the neighborhood that I live in now versus the one I lived in the last time he was here. I tried to tell him, but he got a dose. I took him to 7-Eleven and stuff too. It's like you're getting the full dose of the neighborhood. It'd be good for you. Hey Joe, what's going on, buddy? I'm sitting here in my favorite little portable camping chair, staring at a mountain bike and some laser patterns, trying not to think about a broken rib that feels just terrible. No, yeah, I don't have a microwave, but I heat things up on the stove, Shane. That's kind of you. Thank you, Joe. This is to anyone who's just joining. This is one I picked up with a group of bikes, actually, recently from one of my honey holes. This is a 1993 GT Karakoram in the elusive blacklight color. It's a black base with iridescent purple splatter. And as I'm told by a GT mountain bike expert, this is the second most desirable 90s GT mountain bike color. But thank you, Joe. I'd like to. It's got a stupid rack on the back here that's attached permanently, like to the seat tube, and I have to try and remove that carefully. Um, okay, Irving. I guess you're moderating, and thank you. I didn't see any of the comments, but thank you, moderators, for moderating the way you do. I appreciate you. You have the power, but use it wisely. But Shane, you got any ideas of how I can get this off? It's like I'll try to show it to you. I pulled it apart that much. Like it was clamped down tight, but now it's like open enough that I can put my thumb in between it. But it's still not enough that I can take it off of the bike. So I need to somehow get that spread open all the way so I can get it so I can remove it safely from the seat tube without damaging the seat tube. Maybe one day, John, give it time. You know, everybody paid their dues, but you know, give it a little time. Yeah, I used a screwdriver. I don't have a pry bar. I had to use the only flathead screwdriver that I have, which is not big enough. And I put a wrench in there too, like a 15 millimeter wrench, and I hurt my hand a lot. um, but it's really like this is thick aluminum, and it's not that easy to pry open past a certain point. So we'll just keep being respectful, John. And you know, I appreciate having you here. And you know, keep being respectful for a little while, and the wrench will come. And you know, thanks, Joe. I love this color. I'll show it to you in the daylight sometimes when I can get this bike rideable. I'll show you how beautiful and amazing it actually is. It's definitely like it feels like 1993 when I look at this bike. And I really love this bike. I wasn't gonna buy it, but it has a lot of the original parts on it. The original array of rims and hubs. The hubs are a little loose. The axles are a little bit loose. The original group set, gears, crankset. The pedals I think are upgraded. Nice pedals, really good pedals. It has a Jones loop bar on it, which is some people love them, but it's just not for me. So I'm going to sell that. Um, but I don't know. I saw this bike and I was going to pass on it because of the rack and some other stuff. But they made me a deal. Actually, I guess since I'm probably going to keep this bike, or if I sell this bike, I'm gonna put lots of valuable things on it first. But this bike without the rack and all the original parts, even in this condition, would be worth about $500. Um, I paid $60 for this one. So I think it was worth the gamble, and hopefully I can save the frame. But if I do, this would be a hell of a good, fun project and an enjoyable bike to ride. Well, Shane, any help would be most appreciated. If I could get this bike rideable and like make it daily rideable, then I could sell another bike. Or maybe even this one. I'd really kind of hate to get rid of this one, but it is worth a lot of money. I mean, this bike in pristine original condition is probably worth about $2,000, but you're not likely to ever find one like that. It's good talking with you, John, and thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And do feel free to pop in again whenever. Make sure you got your notifications on, everybody, because a lot of the streams are just random. I'm gonna do everything I can to make it to the Wednesday night bike ride. Uh, Hopefully I'm in decent enough condition by then, but we'll see. We'll see how tomorrow morning's short bike ride to get groceries and back goes. But wow. Well, I hope you can get some rides in soon, Joe. I know most of the country's still getting some pretty cold weather. If you missed it earlier, if Jay Beckman's still here, he's over in Summerlin, and it could be in the teens tonight in Las Vegas, which is cold for us. Could be like 24, 25 is what they're calling for in Vegas tonight. downtown Vegas, which is like I wouldn't want to go out and ride anything in this weather, but I know it's a lot colder usually in Vermont. But I hope you can get some good riding weather. 11 below. Oh my God. Oh, that hurts to even just hear about. You know, that's too cold. Anything below. If the temperature is followed by below, it's too cold. So I feel for you, buddy, and I hope you get through it okay and get some, decent riding weather as soon as is possible. I hope that Punxsutawney Phil doesn't see his shadow this winter. I'm kind of ready for it to be over myself, but I'm certainly not ready for summertime. Not ready for Las Vegas summer yet. But hopefully I can be elsewhere for a good portion of the summer. I got to go visit the fam. And I'm gonna try to have a van by like June at the latest, hopefully. A minivan or an SUV or something that I could basically live out of while I travel, carry a bike with me and everything else that I need. Go visit family, go maybe see some of you guys where you are. And just like spend some time in places where it's not going to be 120 degrees. Like we've talked about before, I can handle average Las Vegas summers just fine. But we don't get average Las Vegas summers anymore, and I don't want to just sit in here for 3 months waiting to be able to go outside again. Yeah, right. But I hope it thaws out for everybody. Hope everybody gets some good outdoor weather soon. Good call, actually, Jared. It's not. This is a Karakoram, actually. A 1993. Yes, sir, Karakoram. I knew that was coming next. It's basically the same bike. Like, basically, a similar, very similar frame. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. This one, somebody did something kind of silly to this one. It's got a Schwinn aluminum rack like wrapped around the seat tube, and it's going to take some doing to get that off safely um, without damaging the seat tube, but I think it's possible. I was working on it a little bit, and I'd like to bring this thing back to life. It doesn't need much. It's got the original group set. It's got the original array of rims on it. Um, it's got a Jones H bar, not the Jones H bar, the Jones loop bar, which is it's a little funky for me. I'm not going to keep that for myself, but I know some people swear by them. But I'm going to put a more traditional bar on this. I think so. I mean, somebody that looked at this bike said I haven't actually seen it in the light. Actually, I just kind of stuck this bike aside. But somebody that took a peek at it said it looks like it's got original everything. Mostly, it doesn't have the original seat and seat post or stem and bar, but the rims are original. And he said it looks like the cranks are original, all the gearing and everything. I have to. The derailleur's on the other side, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what the group set is, but I'm told that this one's got the correct and original. It certainly looks period for the bike, but the seat and seat post are out of a different bike. Stem and handlebar are not original. Pedals might not be original. I don't remember. I remember seeing these bikes when they were new. I remember seeing the year before, the 92, in the tequila sunrise color. I remember that caught my eye, and I thought maybe that's enough to get me riding mountain bikes coming from BMX. But I don't know. This bike, with a few exceptions, couple exceptions, the 1993, looks much as it would have, to my recollection, in 1993. But I want to ride this thing for real, and I love the color. The blacklight is what this color is called. And they always had interesting colors on the early 90s GT mountain bikes, especially, and they had cool names for them too. And that's what drew me to this one. I'd love to find a pristine bike like this one day. But this one, I mean, this is rideable. Once I get this stupid rack off the back and put the kind of handlebar that I like on it, and some, adjustments and everything, this would be a daily rideable bike. The brakes are good. The gears do shift well. I went through the gears a little bit. Picked up the wheel the other day, and um, it all looks pretty good. I mean, somebody was riding this bike up until probably not that long ago. But hello, her and son. Hello, everybody, and appreciate you coming and hanging out, taking the time. I'm just sitting here with a broken rib tonight, feeling not so great. Dreading going to bed because I was waking up every like 5 or 10 minutes last night, just being very uncomfortable. But it is what it is. Sometimes ribs break and you just have to deal with it, and it'll be alright. They did have Kmart's in 1993. I remember Kmart vividly. They still have Kmart in Australia, which I think is kind of strange, and people love it. It's like their Target or something over there. Um, but I don't know why Kmart didn't survive in America. I guess everybody just associated it with, like you're cheap and, whatever if you shop at Kmart. But I didn't care. I remember Kmart, and they had the blue light specials and stuff. Like right now on aisle 17, blue light special, come and get, whatever. And yeah, Kmart did have bikes. I'm not sure if I ever got any bikes from Kmart or not. I'm sure I've seen plenty of them. But Kmart had pretty much everything. Kmart was Walmart before Walmart, kind of. Well, Walmart was kind of around then too, but it was nothing like nothing like it is now. And it's funny that Walmart made it, but Kmart didn't. And some Kmart's had like restaurants and stuff. And I don't know. Yeah, I have fond memories of Kmart from back in the day. I'm that old. Yeah, I guess Kmart didn't really stand a chance after, Super Walmarts and then Amazon. So, yeah, there was still a Kmart open in Vegas up until like one of the last holdout American Kmart's like a few years ago. I remember there's still a Kmart here, and then the one on Sahara caught fire not long ago. The old Kmart on Sahara, there were homeless people in there, and it caught this is, I don't know. Like I remember going by it, and it was all like burned to the ground. Like in the middle. So it was, I don't know, that was kind of sad just having an old, like that will never be like it was again. An original Kmart, even if they wanted to bring it back. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. Shane. Western Flyer. That sounds about right, Joe. I remember hearing that name. Oh, oh man, it's just so difficult to get comfortable right now. I'm not trying to be a baby about this. It just, I'm really not enjoying this at all. The rib. Ah, ow. Ah, it just popped again. And it's up, like, kind of like in the armpit, like almost to the armpit underneath, and there's no way to get comfortable. I'm a side sleeper, and that's just not possible. Ow. That's just not happening. And I might have to try sleeping sitting up tonight. See how well I can do with that. Oh yes, ices. I remember getting ices, ices at Kmart a long, long time ago. Yeah, I was thinking of that. I don't really have. I thought I had something like an ace bandage or something that I probably could have done that with, Joe. And that'd probably be the best thing to do. I might have to just get something that I can do that with tomorrow when I'm out and about. If I can keep everything together, if I can keep it from popping around like it's been doing, that's like such a horrible feeling, like fingernails on the chalkboard and makes me almost gag. It's so horrible. If I could keep everything nice and neat, that would help. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't priced an ace bandage or things like something that I could, tight wrap it or tape it up with. Well, on the off chance that my son is watching or has popped in, glad you made it home safe, buddy. He sent me a text. If I reply to his text right now, it'll cut the stream. Um, so I'll get back to him. I'm glad he's home safely, but he says he misses the view from his 55th floor room at the Cosmopolitan overlooking the Bellagio fountains and the north side of the strip. It was an awesome view. I'll show you the. Oh, I did like a short video. I'll ask him if it's okay to post that. Um, you can see. I'm like normally I'm looking forward to crawling into that bed. It's like cool. It's awesome. Time to sleep. It's gonna be great. Now it's like, oh no, I don't want to go to bed. It's gonna be so horribly painful. But whatever. I'll take one Advil tonight, maybe two. We'll see. I like Advil because it has, it does a little something for the pain, but it's got the anti-inflammatory effect as well. which would be helpful right now. So maybe I'll take a couple. I think I got 4 of them left. I'll take 2 tonight before I go to bed, and then 2 in the morning when I'm trying to ride to the store to get groceries. Huh, that's awesome. I took the monorail home yesterday from visiting my son, and shout out to anyone who caught the stream yesterday. We rode the whole monorail from MGM Grand to the Sahara, and I took an Uber home from there because it only cost me $1 to ride the monorail. Oh, okay, awesome, Joe. I'm glad. So you're with. I guess we went by where you were staying then. That's cool though. I love the view out the monorail, and just like I enjoy riding the monorail every so often, and it's only $1 for locals, so that's good too. Yeah, Shane, that's the part that sucks. Uh, yeah, and if you got your ID, it's $1. If your ID says Nevada on it, you can ride the monorail for $1. Um, but yeah, the rolling over, like I was doing that just like naturally. I'll change sides and stuff. I'm a side sleeper. And I was doing that last night, and then just waking up in horrible pain and the pops and the cracks. And oh, a funny story about last night. I'll tell you. I've been meaning to tell you earlier. Actually, guys, is um I had eaten a lot of strange food yesterday. I went to the Cosmopolitan buffet with my son, and then had like the other like odds and ends, whatever I had to eat around here and stuff. So it caused like one huge mega fart that got lodged somewhere in the digestive tract for a while, and it just like didn't want to leave. It's like, hey, I like it here. It's nice and warm. We're just gonna chill and hang out, you know. So then I woke up around 2 something in the morning. Probably I could feel it starting to rumble, like it's making its way out. It can't hang on to the innards any longer. It's finding its way down the pipe, and super, like it was the breakout fart, I would call it, of 2025 thus far. Really incredible, and just super loud. But it was like a shock to the body too, and it made my rib hurt, and I kind of yelled and winced in pain afterwards. And I'm worried that oh, thank you, Amy. Sorry, like I'm sorry it always goes to like fart talk, but this is a funny and interesting fart, but it was also terribly painful because it was shocking to my body, and it made my rib hurt very badly. So there was the fart, and then followed by yelling, and what it may have sounded like to the neighbors, and I hope they don't complain to the office or anything and be like, at like 2:38 in the morning, some guy was playing the trombone and yelling, and it wasn't meant to go like that. Honestly, I didn't really want it to be that way, but I'm glad, Amy. That's why you always fit right in. Can I do pink lights? Not on this thing, unfortunately. What you see, well, that's kind of what you see is what you get, though. Yeah, I do keep farting around, Irving. But yeah, there was just the crazy, like, weird food of the day fart, mega fart that wouldn't let go until 2:38 in the morning, and the neighbors probably thought I got a trombone or something, and then like it's like I'll play the trombone and yell at 2:38 in the morning. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, because it hurts to sneeze, it hurts to cough, it hurts to fart too hard. No. Oh god, I moved the wrong way and it popped again. Oh, it's so horrible. Yeah, no, Amy, I've done the wrist thing too myself, and it does help. Like, there's something about having a cast on, like keeping it stationary. Ow. It does kind of tend to take the pain away soon. Like once it's put in position and starts to heal, but it's difficult to do with a rib, and it sucks. And I'm trying to stay in the same position, and I keep moving, and then it pops. And, oh. Ah. Yeah, the Royal Rumble. Good call, Joe. Ow. Oh, wow. I'm not enjoying this at all. I just want to go ride this bike, but I can't. I'm going to need to get this rack off the back because it's dragging on the back wheel now, and I got to get that tool so I can fix the hubs. And then a different handlebar. Maybe I can keep the same stem, and this thing will be pretty much good to go. Should be. So hold on, I'm checking notifications, guys. I'm getting a bunch, but nothing that's of too much importance. Yeah, paying taxes, yeah. Hold on, I'm still on the my notifications, yeah. I got people texting me. And the phone telling me what the outside temperature is right now. Thank you, thank you. Hope your paying taxes goes well. I know that's about as much fun as going to the dentist, probably. So, thank you. And enjoy. Ow. Uh, I gotta just quit moving. I have to stay in exactly the same position and not move a muscle or breathe or anything until the rib heals. It's way worse today than it was yesterday. It didn't even start to bother me until like last night, hours after it had happened. And it hurt a lot, like right when it happened, but then it was like, okay, I'm fine. I'll take a couple Advil, go see my son, and it'll be okay. And it wasn't like great, but it was okay. But today it's just been like pretty terrible all day. Ah, but, life goes on, as the saying goes. And tomorrow's going to be fun. It's going to be a good opportunity. I'm excited about going to get groceries on a bicycle with a broken rib. That's going to be an adventure in itself. But that's something to think about. It's like, what happens if something like this happens when I'm on a 327-mile trek from downtown Las Vegas to Santa Monica and I'm in the middle of nowhere, which I will be, for like days on end, like 3 or 4 days, I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere between here and Santa Monica. And if I'm injured, if something's wrong, I'm going to have to just deal with it and keep going. So tomorrow is going to be a good exercise in like having to deal with that type of situation. I'm not looking forward to it or anything, but like let's see how it works out, because should something like this happen when I'm on my bike tour, Uh, I'm gonna have to just keep going anyway. So, ow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a couple of the Advil that I got left for sure, and I have to remember to get Advil when I'm at the store tomorrow. And just whatever else I think I'm gonna need, but not weighing me down too much because I'm gonna be carrying everything back in my food delivery backpack, and that's probably not gonna feel too good on the ribs. Ow. Oh. I need a gallon of milk though and some other heavy things, so I'm probably gonna have like 30 pounds or so on my back. But it'll be alright. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And it should be fine. So, but for now, I guess I have to try and wind down and find a position that I can be comfortable enough to try to get a little bit of sleep in. But I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and doing what you do. Always. And thank you again, Rick, for the super chat. And all of you guys, moderators for moderating, and chatters for chatting, and lurkers for lurking. I always thoroughly enjoy getting to spend some time with you, and we always have a great chat, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon. I'll check in with you sometime tomorrow and let you know what's going on and whatever. I don't know. Hopefully something cool happens tomorrow. But yeah, good night, Shane, and everybody. Good night, Carrie. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Irving, thank you, thank you. I'm working on it. I'm going to try to get comfortable and just visualize healing. But take care of yourselves, guys, and thanks again for coming, and I will see you again real soon. Good night, Amy, and everybody. Take care. Have a great week, and I'll see you again real soon.